One. Oh, we live.
What's up? What's up? What's up? We are love. It is time for the Couples Lounge show. I said it's time for the Couples Lounge show. How y'all doing this morning? I am so excited to see your faces start popping up. Hey, 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 hey. Good morning, everybody. We are so glad to be back in the building, the office. To be with y'all. We've been gone for a little bit, but y'all know what we got to talk about today. What the world is still talking about, but we want to talk about it from a husband and wife perspective. Like you might seen individuals talking about the slap heard around the world, but I have not seen a husband and wife dialogue about what actually went down. Was it warranted? Was it something Jada could have done to prevent it? What was going on at the Oscars? So that's what we're talking about on today. How y'all do? All right, y'all say what's up in the building. Say hello.
What up?
I'm your girl Candace, and this is my husband Ramon. And
Wait. This is who?
this is my sexy husband,
Dang,
Ramon. And yeah, we are that dynamic duo of the Couples Lounge show. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear us. Y'all know I'm still getting used to this microphone situation, and I got a heart, so I'm assuming y'all can hear us. So we're gonna get into this conversation on today. I want to say what's up to the people, so I need y'all to post, tell us where y'all from. Oh my God, y'all, the Married Chicks event was amazing. The Married Chicks event was amazing. So y'all saw the promotion for it. Y'all saw us talking about it. You saw Sophia, you saw Vin, you saw Vernon, you saw Val, all on here to talk about it, promote it. And I would say I could not ask for anything different. That's how amazing. And it wasn't just the event that was amazing. It was to see God's hand in and on the event that made it so special. What's up from Mesquite, Texas? Where else y'all coming from on this morning?
What was a takeaway you took from last week? Give me one.
Overall,
One.
I would say this. This is something activity Sophia did, and it was very powerful to me. She had the ladies list all the areas where they were not what we would say good, or those areas where they were still working on. She had them list 5 of them, and then put the word but. And but stood for beliefs under transition. I was like, oh, that's good. That's good. And then she had them come and do how they are when they show up as their best. So it was, I would say that was a takeaway that I absolutely loved.
Can we expect a part 2?
Absolutely. Married Chicks is gonna be going down every year. Might be a couple of times a year, because all 3 of us are from different locations. So my idea is that it becomes a tour. You know what I'm saying? What's up from Fort Worth? All right. We got to get this thing going. P.I., I know you are in Tennessee. Am I correct? Y'all, we got people from all over the world tuned into the Couples Lounge. Y'all make sure y'all share the video. And good morning, Tanya. And we are going to do something real quick as y'all continue to share out, and we continue to wait for the people, because we're about to talk about the Oscars from a husband and wife perspective of it. We are about to talk about it because it's got to be talked about. All right, we'll be right back after we pay some bills. Y'all keep sharing out. This show is brought to you by We Will Win, where we help couples transform their marriage from unhappy and surviving to a power couple that's thriving. We Will Win also supports that individual that wants to evolve into a better version of themselves. Book your free session today at www.wewillwin.com. AS.me. Never settle for less. Always strive for the best. Hey. So we back. So y'all, I have to share with y'all. First of all, we're doing another round of the Power Couple Boot Camp. You all can sign up for the Thursday class, or you can do it as an individual couple, but I just wanted to read a testimonial for y'all. This came from a husband. So when the husband speak, I get excited. I get real excited. It says, Candace, I can truly say all is well. I am in love with my beautiful wife again, and I am enjoying my time with her and the family. I sit and reflect on how much energy it took to do wrong by her when I could have used the same energy just to love her. I lost a lot of time, but the both of you did wonders with me because I am not the same person I used to be, and I will forever be in y'all's debt because I'm loving this. Thank y'all. That's what we do. That's what we do when we support our couples, when we work with couples. So y'all join that Power Couple Boot Camp again, individually, or you can join the group session. It's going to be dope. So make sure you sign up by going to www.wewillwin.s.me. All right, let's get into it. Y'all done share it out. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk.
Your perspective from a husband.
Okay.
Was the joke warranted? Did it warrant that slap, or do you feel like it was deeper? Do you think Will did what he was supposed to do as a husband?
Girl, I almost just cussed. Let me start with the first part. Was the joke did it warrant that response? Of course not. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, no, ma'am, it did not. Alopecia, if I'm announcing it correctly, is a horrible thing that causes men and women to lose hair. Mm-hmm. It is horrible. My heart goes out to anyone who suffers from that. I truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. As someone who has a lot of hair, I can feel
and a child with a disability.
Right.
It's a little different, but
right.
We get
my
it.
Heart goes out to you, and I feel your pain. It is not life-threatening. Therefore, no, it did not warrant it. That response. To go put your hands on someone. When a grown man walks up and slaps you, as a person who did the slapping, you should be prepared for prison. You should be prepared for death. You should be prepared for war at that moment. You do not walk up and put your hands on someone and do not expect the worst that can happen to come from that. So no, it wasn't warranted. It wasn't, in my humble opinion, that mean spirit of the joke. And more importantly, in that world, Hollywood or anywhere, when you have comedians
hired to do a job,
right? If you walk into an improv,
mm-hmm.
me and you walk into an improv, that comedian may talk about us.
Mm-hmm.
You know this.
Mm-hmm.
You sit front stage, that comedian may say something about you.
And you know that going into it.
Right. That joke, that action was the straw that broke the camel's back, in my humble opinion. It wasn't about the joke.
Mm-hmm.
It was about Will Smith taking so much, being the brunt of so many jokes for so long. Second, he wrote in his book. I have not read it, but
I heard the book was good.
So many people talked about it. He's felt like a coward for so many years because he never defended his mother against his father in domestic abuse. He's been taking so many jokes from
his relationship,
and things that she has done and said. And at that moment, he lost it. Chris paid the price for everything that was said and done months, days, weeks, years ago.
And I also saw a clip where Jada was like loving her bald head. Like, I don't care what people say. Like, it was inspirational. Like, I know her daughter cut her hair off to support her. So I definitely feel like it was displaced. I think, like you said, and I saw somebody else say, Chris took the slap for everybody.
He did.
And I seen people saying, like, get over it. It's just a slap. And I'm like, either these people have become accustomed to being slapped, that a slap means nothing to them.
Right.
Or they are people that put their hands on people.
Right.
And so they don't see anything wrong with it. And those people that says what Will did was like, yeah, he should have did it. I'm like, I'm thinking in my mind, so if somebody walked up and slapped you based off something that you said was your opinion, whether it was a joke or whatever, if somebody walked up and slapped you, are you gonna have that same energy?
That's
what you shouldn't.
Slapping a man is equal to spitting in his face.
Absolutely.
I'd rather you punch me.
Yeah.
Then you walk up to me and spit in my face or to slap me.
Yeah.
I won't be as enraged as I would be if you punch me. Mm-hmm. And if you slap me and spit in my face,
Yeah.
And let me take it to go her with it. It's a case in Florida, and somebody that's watching this, you probably know what I'm talking about. If you do, please chime in. A woman was getting into an argument with a guy. I believe it was at a grocery store, an older gentleman.
Or at a convenience store, something like that. I think I remember that.
The husband comes out, sees the argument, pushes the man down. The dude shoots him and kills him. He's on trial, man. He's using the stand the ground situation. I can't speak on how it would turn out. But he lost his life for putting his hands on someone who was having words with his wife. Yes, I'm going to defend my wife. I'm prepared to die if necessary. But you have to know, the moment I put my hands on this brother or this man,
that my life is in danger.
It can come with it. Mm-hmm. The moment you do that, there's repercussions for our actions.
Yeah.
And when you put your hands and you go to violence, be prepared for what comes with violence. Mm-hmm. And that's violence. Mm-hmm. So if it's warranted, it's time to go to war. You don't put your hands on this woman right here. It is time for war. We got some bail money. We need a little extra. Call your mama. Call my mama. Mm-hmm. We need bail money. Mm-hmm. But I have to know at that moment, that person has to know you touch her, it's on. But having words, I have to be careful of how I respond. Because again, violence brings violence.
Mm-hmm. And as you speak about that in the Bible, it does say, like, a husband is supposed to sacrifice for his wife. I get that. But I'm not gonna say but. I'm gonna say and with that, you got to be mindful of the consequences. Yes, a husband is supposed to make sacrifices for his wife, just like, Christ died for the church, like you saying that. But are words worth dying over? And I think that's kind of what you gotta play around with. Is this something that I'm willing to lose my life over? I saw my brother say something like, women that applauded Will for doing this, like, you will want your man to risk going to prison, affecting y'all livelihood, possibly death. Over that,
I'm finna go to prison.
My husband better do it. Are you really?
I can't wait to see you in G.I. Jane too.
Yeah, so it's
and
like
he laughed. And hold on, I gotta read. We gotta show what Kimberly said.
Baby, that's a lot. I don't know how much it's gonna say. Okay, there you go.
I just can't understand how the very same men who have put their hands on men over disrespecting their woman and women who have had men fighting in the streets over them or calling Will's action wrong. I'm not understanding what she said. I'm not
She
understanding.
basically like same men that putting their hands on folks and folks in the street. You saying that he wrong, but you doing the same thing. You disrespect your own wife and your own woman, and you saying Will Smith is wrong for calling his actions wrong. Basically, when you doing the same thing. So
I don't do that, so I can't really speak.
Joe, don't do that.
Yeah, but nah, yeah, my sister, and I love Kim. Kim, he's wrong.
No, but she's not. She's saying men who. So a man that's out there hitting on his wife and doing this, that, and the other, disrespecting people.
Man, he a punk. Any man that's putting his hands on his woman, F him. You a punk, and Lord, I said it.
Bless
you
his
don't put your hands on him. Man, come on, man.
Derek said these are the lessons we try to instill in our children. The entire situation is worthy of being distasteful on multiple levels. Yes. Was he right? Yes, but wrong place, wrong time. His actions cost him and the night for those he represented.
I agree but disagree. I don't think he was right at all. It was sad what we saw. We saw a man break down and lose it on national TV in front of the world. Yeah, that's exactly what we saw. I see a man, Will Smith, crying for help. Yep. He is screaming for help. That man is internally suffering. Yeah. He's suffering internally. Yeah. And it came out. Yeah. It came out at that moment. And I don't understand how anybody says he was right for walking up and slapping him just for. Now, if he say, Jada, you a piece of, you mother, beep, that's different. Yeah. But I can't wait to see you in G.I. Jane 2. Yeah. Because you got a bald head. No. Worst case scenario, talk to him behind stage. Wait for him for commercial break when you go backstage, because I'm sure Will had a pass to get backstage. See him face to face, man to man, when no one is there. Then slap him. Are you bold enough to slap him at that moment? That's how, going back to what you're saying and what Will is really experiencing within. Imagine that, y'all. Imagine being at an award show, or how about church, or anything where it's a audience of that caliber, that level, and somebody walks onto the stage and slaps somebody. It didn't even look. I feel like Will almost was having an out-of-body experience, because it almost looked like he didn't know what he was gonna do. It was like a literally snap moment, and I was like, if anybody could learn, because we all should be learning from this situation. Everybody should have looked at that situation and took something back for their life as a lesson or a message. And for me, doing what we do is to be mindful of when you are internally suffering, internally in pain, how that looks externally. That was a prime example of how it looks, how it comes out when you are suffering. So you need to get some help. And I'm sure that household, I pray that household is getting that type of support. I know they do the red table, which is a form of counseling almost. Yeah, but I hope that they are doing it as a family. And I just feel like Will, he has this image that he has to put up for society. Right. And so he has to take a lot. Absolutely. And he don't speak. Like, I saw one person interviewing them on the red carpet and was like, well, I hope we don't have no more entanglements this year. Like, why would you say that to that person? Oh, and what him and Jada have to do? Just smile. I'm sure they probably wanted to release. Slap him. Not necessarily slap him, but say what I want to say, but I can't. And they just have to deal with it. Yeah. But this is something that aha me when we were having a conversation in one of our sessions. It's Proverbs 12:4. An excellent wife Speak.
is the crown of her husband.
Uh,
But she who brings shame is like rottenness in his bones.
and I'm gonna say this, and
Do I need to repeat it?
one more
time. Proverbs 12:4. An excellent wife is the crown of her husband, but she who brings shame is like rottenness in his bones.
And Jada is rottenness, in my opinion. She is.
She definitely bringing some shame. I tell you that.
Without freaking question. Without question. Forget the entanglement. Forget that for a second. Just for a second. Well, now I ain't gonna forget it. But that was your son's friend. My son bring a homeboy over, bring a guy over that's, going through some things.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to take him in because the young man is going through some things. You sleep with it. Dang, that's bad. That's pretty bad. I couldn't imagine if Will did that to his daughter, homegirl. That really crucified Will. But she did that. The young man comes out. Okay, yeah, that's bad. Okay, you got past that. Then she's speaking on Tupac, which is
She's still talking about Tupac. That girl loves some Tupac.
Do you not understand I'm your husband? Do you not care how I feel? You're talking about your long-lasting love for Tupac. My daughter, Will's daughter, wrote a love letter, a letter
to Tupac.
Tupac, said, I know you out there, if you come back so my mama could be happy. What?
Wrote the letter so you had to give it to your mama for it to be out in circulation.
What? What does that do to Will? What does that do to me as a man? And that is why Chris got slapped. Things of that nature.
Yeah.
That's why he got slapped.
Will's daughter is writing a letter to
that joke didn't humiliate. I'm pronouncing it wrong, but just embarrass Jada. In my humble opinion, she rolled her eyes.
I think she rolled her eyes because she tired. They both are tired.
I'm tired of hearing this joke, but okay, it really wasn't that funny. But okay, you said it.
Yeah,
and
I think they both
snapped. Like boom, and bam.
Yeah, so it's like, the letter. I just saw the letter the other day, and I'm like, that's gotta be.
Talking about how my mama miss you, she love you. Can you come back so she can be happy?
And you can tell Willow was a little girl by the handwriting.
I would have slapped her. I would have called me what you want to call me. I don't care.
You would not have slapped your daughter.
I would have slapped my daughter. What the hell wrong with you? Do you know who your daddy is?
Well, that makes you know better than what Will just did.
Well, damn it, I ain't better.
Oh,
you can slap your kids. It's okay.
No, you cannot.
You can't slap your kids.
Oh my God.
We grew up in a generation where you could slap your kids. Start cussing.
Yeah, you might have got slapped. That ain't not right.
At a grocery store.
That ain't not right.
Shut up, mama. Shut up.
That ain't that old.
Talking to, mama?
Oh my God.
You got slapped.
Oh my God.
Who wouldn't have got slapped in the grocery store? You started.
Stay focused.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Jesus. So yes, it's a lot going on in their home. I would not have wanted my husband to defend me like that. I know that question has been asked, and maybe some other wives out there have been asked that question. Would you wanted your husband to defend you? Now, I would say Jada, I don't feel like there is nothing Jada could have done in that moment. For one, if we just sitting there, we laughing, and then Mon jump up and get out his seat, I'm definitely not thinking he finna walk up and slap somebody. So no, I would not. Now, if it was some exchange and I could see Mon escalating, okay, he getting mad. Let me be ready to pull his coattail. Right. But that happened so fast. It's nothing Jada could have done in that moment to stop Will.
At that moment, I think she could have, but not at that moment. Let me rephrase it.
I was gonna say I don't think there's nothing.
This is what Jada could have done to prevent that. Respect her own marriage.
I think that, and I think we did move past that verse a little bit too fast about bringing shame to your husband.
You have brought shame to me. For one, for the entanglement, And a lot of people can relate to infidelity. It happens. A lot of people can relate to it. It happens. But it's public though. When it goes public, I think it's worse. It's one thing to let it happen and your husband find out about it, your wife find out about it, but when the whole world and now you're dealing with it, that to me is a little worse. A little worse. Then the young man kept talking about it, which is when he kept talking about it and how much he loved her, I'm seeking him out at that point. And I know you check the woman, you check the person that you with, you don't check the other person. I feel that.
How would a man feel in that situation?
I'm looking for August.
Let's stay focused.
I am. That's how I would deal with it. I am looking for him, and I am whooping your beep, beep, beep,
internally. How does a man deal with? If you was Will,
I'm enraged,
and everything that he's going through.
I'm enraged. I'm hurt. I'm sure he cried. He's embarrassed. He's mad. He's all of these things. I would have been then to see my wife do interviews and conversation where she's talking about her love for Tupac, and this was after the entanglement. You still out here tripping?
I think at some point. At some point you got to tell people, don't ask me questions about that. Like, that has happened. Let him rest in peace. Like, I've talked about that enough to still be talking about Tupac, and he died in 1995, 96.
Baby, his wife was. That's the thing. I get it. People wouldn't be talking about Tupac if Jada shut up about Tupac. Get her to, and maybe everybody else will. People keep talking about it because she talking about it.
And I want to address this too. A lot of people are saying they have an open marriage. They have an open marriage. For me,
we don't know that to be true.
For me, now they have said, I don't know.
Have they said it's true?
I think in the past when I don't really know, but I've always heard that about them. Right. But this just takes me to this point, is that this is my opinion, and y'all can say what y'all want to say. That's why that kind of stuff is, it goes against what marriage is about. So people who claim to be all right, to be happy with that's a lie.
I don't believe it, though.
That's a lie to say, oh, we good with this open marriage. I have heard so many stories of people who enter into that, and it is an epic fail. It does more harm to the marriage than All right. Can y'all hear us now? What about now? Okay. Can y'all hear us now? Still can't hear us. Okay, y'all. Hold on. World? I don't know. It went out.
Yes, they can hear us.
Okay.
Can y'all hear us?
All
we
right.
can hear you. Okay.
All right.
Here's why I don't know if they truly have an open marriage. They may have said it. They may have. I don't know. Will was hurt. When you saw the red carpet, the red table,
he was trying to hold in his tears.
He was hurt. So I find it hard to believe they have an open marriage because you saw how hurt that man was.
Or no longer have one.
Right. So that's why I don't know if they have or no longer have one because how hurt he was at that moment. He was truly, truly, truly hurt.
And I know everybody has spent so much time talking about Will. And there has not been not a lot of attention given to Chris Rock. Do you imagine that he will never forget this? No. He will always be, this will always or now be a part of his story. This man has kids.
Yeah.
Imagine what he is processing. Did I handle it right? Should I have done this? Should I have done that?
Right.
I saw somewhere he was talking on the show where he had been robbed before and was talking about how traumatizing that was and how once you are traumatized, like that never really goes away.
I can imagine.
I really believe he was absolutely stunned in that moment.
He was stunned, hurt, sad, mad, all of that. And to still keep his composure and continue with the show was impressive. And I say impressive because ultimately Chris really did do the right thing.
Yeah.
He really did.
Somebody was like, he should have hit him back.
Yeah, I feel that. As a man, I can feel that. But ultimately, Chris handled it. He handled it like a professional, like a grown man at that situation where I'm at work. I'm going to be professional. I'm going to keep what I have and do what I need to do to continue to go. And he did that. He did that like a G. He did that. I don't think I could have. I honestly don't. I'm not being funny. It would have been extremely difficult for me to continue if another man walked up to me and slapped me. I'm a school teacher. If a parent came up there and slapped me because of a situation with his son or daughter, I don't think I could be professional and not react.
Do you think Will should be given some grace based off of what he's experienced and been through? Do you think he should be given grace? Not justifying what he did, but should we be understanding?
Yes, we should be understanding. We should. Then there's consequences for your actions. Mm-hmm. There should be repercussions, but grace, of course, we do. And the sad, again, as I stated before, what we saw was extremely sad. We saw a man lose it emotionally in front of the world. He had a breakdown and lost it.
Oh, what just came up for me? That right there lets you know. I'm gonna say this to the wives. A lot of times we tend to believe that our husbands don't have feelings, don't have emotions, maybe because they don't show it in the way in which we show it. But best believe your husband has emotions. Ooh. He gets hurt. Ooh. Things that we do can bruise his ego. We can bring shame to him or make him feel a certain way. It may not look, I'm sure Jada never expected that. Will Smith's mama said, I did not expect that. I've never seen my son respond to anything like that.
Right.
So I'm sure everybody thought Will was good. Although he might have been sure, man, yeah, we going through this, we going through that. This is what I have to deal with in Hollywood. This is what I've had to deal with to get to where I'm at.
Well said, Dwayne.
But women understand that men have emotions. So we can't just be treating them any old kind of way and think that they can just handle it. He should have given the ability to redeem himself, but he should still be subject to punishment. Absolutely. So when you was talking about that, that's what popped in my head.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely, man. That a woman, and I've said this before, could make a man want to climb Mount Everest with just a backpack and a toothbrush. A woman can make a man shoot everything moving in the mall. A female has that ability over a man. Let me go back and get a little scripture real quick. In the Bible, the devil never appears until woman is created. It never mentions the devil until woman is created. The devil immediately goes to her. My humble opinion, he goes to her instead of Adam because he knows how much influence and power this woman has with this man.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes to her and uses her. And you can say, well, she was weak and okay, whatever. But he knew this woman could get this man to do exactly what I'm talking about, what I want him to do. Because I go to him, I can't get him to do it. He has a relationship with God. Adam had a connection, a relationship with God. Those people say the first relationship is a marriage. That's a lie. That's a bald-faced lie. That wasn't the first relationship. The first relationship was God and man. God and man. God had a relationship with Adam. Spoke to Adam. Gave him a job. Gave him responsibilities. And then he realized, wait, man, my boy kind of by himself. Adam peeped. Like, hey, there's two. What's this? There's two. And God, hey, wait, man, my boy by himself.
This ain't good.
God dog it.
Let me give you something.
Go to sleep, dog. Go to sleep.
Hey, Adam.
He woke up and lost it. And he knew it. And the devil appears. Ooh, he got some. Okay. He goes to her. I said all that to say this. Women, you have power over your husband. More than you could possibly know. You have to use it wisely. That's why this scripture says, but she who brings shame is like rottenness to his bones.
In his bones. In it.
Do you know how powerful that is?
Yeah.
Rottenness in his bones? It's an old commercial where the father was in the kitchen and the daughter walks in there. Dad, I think we should, I forgot what she said, paint the wall.
Oh, I saw that.
You're right, man. Walks out, mama has the $20. That's the money. Like, what? Our women, daughters, you know how much power a daughter, what we would do over our daughter? You know what we would do for our husband? So I blame Jada for this, me personally.
I've been reading something, and I kind of got a whole different perspective on the devil thing.
Give it to me, because look.
Now I can't give it to you right now.
Why does the devil only appears once women appears though? Elaborate, bro. This is good. What's your take on it?
On what?
What you just said?
No, I gotta read into it some more. I can't give into that right now. I need to read.
To me, it's simple. Again, the devil appears. What happened? The devil appears once woman showed up because he saw vulnerability with woman.
And what if it wasn't that he been there? He was there. It was present, but didn't make himself known.
Yeah, because through the whole time, the serpent was speaking to Eve. Adam was sitting right there. Adam wasn't out in the field somewhere. He was right beside her. He was silent and letting somebody put game in his woman's ear, and she came and bam. That's just my opinion about the vulnerability part. Everything else is factual. I just think that the devil truly realized the power that she has over him.
So I want to go back to what Mom was saying and helping the wives understand the power that you have with your husband. And I'm sure it's some woman out there is like, well, if I have this power and I'm speaking to him about this, or I'm speaking to him about that, why is there not I'm a climb Mount Everest moment? Or why is it that he ain't rolling with me, or our marriage or our situation is like this if I have that type of power with my husband? what would your response be to that?
Hold on. Say that one more time.
If a woman has this power over a man,
Yes.
or for it, to shift this man, and y'all will either climb Mount Everest,
we got that power, right?
Or we'll do something, y'all go the opposite way. But I'm trying. It doesn't seem like my husband feels this way about me.
Okay.
So help me understand why my husband doesn't feel the way that you're saying a wife, how a wife impacts him. Why not my husband?
He may not view the relationship that way. He may not view you that way.
My husband.
Your husband. There are men who marry to women who don't treat them and don't treat them like a wife, like a wife. Mm-hmm. And I might not view you that way or view our relationship that way. But a man who truly views his wife as his queen, don't get me wrong, none of us is perfect, but that's the man that will climb Mount Everest for you. The man that's married to you that just sees you like any other woman might not go to Walmart for you. He might not even get a job for you.
Who said I go to Walmart for you?
For real?
Okay. That one took me back. Nice. I mean, took me by surprise. Nice. Okay. Because I know it's some women, and then there are the reality of this as well, ladies. A lot of men, a lot of people, first of all, don't know the purpose, the design, and understand God's design for marriage and his role and her role. So when you don't understand how something is to be used, it will be misused. If you don't understand something, you will not use it to the best of its ability.
Absolutely.
So when you don't really understand what marriage is about and how God designed it, the purpose for it and stuff, you can't show up how you need to show up in your marriage.
Right.
And so that could be it. He don't even know the call that is on his life as a husband. And it's a lot. I must say it. God has called y'all to be, and I'm gonna say be a lot.
This is how powerful a woman is. In the Bible, it tells a woman, you could, and I'm paraphrasing, baby, you can find the scripture. You can make your man a believer in his words based off of your actions without saying a word.
Believe the word.
In other words, if I'm tripping out here, not the husband I'm supposed to be, and you say that the godly woman, the wife that you're supposed to be, you can win this man over and bring him on my side without speaking a word. Like, what the world? That's why the Bible tells women to correct your man with your reverence, not your tongue. He knows your tongue could get me to blow up City Hall based off your words, but your actions could get me to go save 10 kids from a burning building just off of your act. Say, man,
that's that feminine power.
There's power in a wife. Wives have power over their husbands, and Jada hasn't used her power for good.
As Jada was saying, what they be saying on the red table talk? Ooh, Tammy know it real good.
If she has used her power for good, Will would have been already healing from all of this. Because after the entanglement, she's still going home talking about Tupac. I'm hurt over this entanglement. Over this, I'm dealing with that. And shortly after, I got to read, watch, hear comments on you speaking on Tupac.
But I will say this, Jada has her set up. This is the importance of healing.
Yes.
Everybody healing. And this is the place in which the world has moved. I would say since COVID, is that it is moving from the masculine energy that it has been for decades, centuries, to a more feminine energy, but in a way of people healing, getting in touch and in tune with their emotions and dealing with this stuff. Because, and I think Jada, raised with a mom who was an addict.
And that's crazy.
She
Seeing
has
her mom on that, which I don't watch the show, forgive me for interrupting, but when I see the show or watched it, when I see her mom just looking at her, she doesn't look like a woman that's been, she looks good for an old woman. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't look like she was, I'm like, wow. So when you said that to me, I'm like, for real?
Yeah.
That woman?
Yeah. And so it's understanding where she, and I know Jada has mentioned doing her own work. She had to heal. I think it was even from sexual type of things that she had to realize she needed to go get her healing from. I don't think I don't know.
Or she was just sexually active early.
Yeah, some to that. And I might not even say that because I don't know I just remember a little bit of her mentioning why she chose to go and heal. So that demonstration of what we saw at the Oscars is the reason that you must heal.
Yeah.
It happened to Chris Rock. But that's like Will could have snapped on somebody in his house. He could have snapped on somebody in his family. And how often does that happen that people get the brunt end of what other people are doing to you? I ain't done nothing to you and you bringing this energy to me. That happened when people shoot and kill people. Like, you angry you got all that toxic energy within you and you bring it. And when you put it in a scenario of couples, because we are a couple show, you think about people that experiencing stuff outside the home and you bring it into the home. And it was like something that you even mentioned, like this week when you feeling a certain way, like at work or whatever, and it's hard, and then you come home and you bring it home unconsciously, sometimes consciously, and then everybody in your house have to take the brunt of it. And so that's why I was like, that's another one of those things that we can learn from this situation. Do I carry anger and I'm placing it in the wrong places, towards the wrong people? And if I am, I need to check that.
Absolutely. As men, as a man, and a message to all my men, you have to know your temperature, your emotion, your internal temperature. If we need help as a man, you gotta get it. If it's going to the gym, if it's a phone call to someone, if it's going to the cigar lounge, if it's sitting by yourself in the garage and kitchen, you have to know when you're boiling over. You have to know it, and you have to get help. I guess the stigma for counseling, coaching is not good, but too many men are losing it and snapping and doing things. All it takes is 1 second. I saw a podcast once, a guy got arrested while he was in jail. The older guy that was in jail, like, say, how long, youngin? You're like, what you talking about? How long, what you got? Got 10 years, 20 years, actually. 20 years for something that lasted, 30 seconds, 90 seconds. 90 seconds of your life cost you 20 years of your life. And if we don't get help because we're not talking to someone or we're not handling what's inside, it'll come out. Let me get a little personal. This past week, yesterday, I had to speak to my wife, damn near apologize, because work has been so stressful. I will leave work mad. I will come home mad and just like, whoa, I'm tripping. I'm tripping right now. And it ain't had nothing to do with her, nothing to do with the kids. I'm mad because of work, but yet it's showing up here. And it will come out here. And it ain't nothing they did. This happens a lot. What we saw from Will, people laugh and joke. I talked about him. But it's sad. There's nothing that to me that wasn't justified. And every woman who think, yeah, team will, that's what. If you want your man to go slap somebody for that, you may be prepared to have lose your husband. And that's not cool. That man lost it. My heart goes out to him and his family. That man has been dealing with a lot. Denzel Washington said something that was so powerful. Did you hear what he said?
To Will?
Yes.
Will said. Mm-hmm.
He said, at your highest moment is when the devil will come for you. At your highest moment, when God is blessing you, doing great, here comes the devil. Look what we talked about in the beginning. When a woman first appeared at your highest moment, I got me a woman. Here come this serpent. Here come the devil. Denzel said something powerful right there. He said something powerful
and
right
that's
there.
On a whole nother. I mean, that could be in your marriage. Your marriage is really, really going good.
Your career going great.
It's
then here come
moment of testing.
Here come this jealous co-worker.
And so but then it's up to you how you respond. And I definitely believe
men gotta get help, man. We gotta get help.
And I'm gonna tell you this, it's gonna be more than a gym. A gym helps you release some of that the anger. It helps you move the energy around. Yeah. Certain things, like he's like chilling. Yes, but that's temporary.
Nope, you need help.
That's some stuff is superficial, like it's not. No, you really need to go deal with your stuff. You need to go talk to a professional and really heal, because yes, working out is good. It does help move the energy, but you gotta really, everything start right here. Everything start in your mind. So if you don't do what Romans 12:2 says, transform your mind, you will continue to show up and you will continue to do and stay in the patterns that you are in. That's why we have and this is something new, because the scripture spoke to me so well. I forgot, I can't even remember right now at this moment what was going on. But God led me to Romans 12:2. And I said, this is what coaching is all about. From this point forward, do not conform to the patterns of this world. The patterns in your family, the patterns that you used to hear. Transform your mind. And when you transform your mind, you will see the goodness of God. You will see things correctly. As Iyanla said, the truth corrects all errors. And so Romans 12:2 is a scripture that I give individual clients and couples. You can start meditating on this right now so you can understand what to expect. Because until you do some work here, you won't change. You won't change. Ooh. You got to change your thoughts so that you can have another feeling, so you can get another action, so you can have different results.
Wow.
You got to do something different. And I love what he's saying. Women are more likely to go to counseling.
Absolutely.
They are. And I would say more times than not, women are the ones who book with us.
Yeah.
But when the men are there,
right,
most of the men have shown up.
Yeah.
And when they show up,
right,
they get to heal.
Yeah.
They get to see things differently. They get to get out of the hamster wheel of the patterns
these
that they are going through.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, y'all.
Man. Ultimately, we have to pray for everyone involved.
Yeah.
Seriously, our jokes aside, and it's funny for us at times, and it's great entertainment for those, but these are real people. Chris Rock is dealing with his wife. Well, I don't know, he's not married anymore, but his family, brothers, his children. He's dealing with something internally that I couldn't even imagine. And truth be told, Will could be dealing with something internally afterwards, of truly regret. We don't know. I don't know. Will could be truly regretting what he's done and feel sickening by his action. He could be. Don't know. I hope he is. I hope he's suffering on that. And I mean suffering and realize, man, that was God awful what I did to another brother. Because ultimately, we're talking about this, but the man won an Oscar for Best Actor. Do people realize that?
What does that have to do with anything?
That is a prestigious award that a few of us has ever won. He won it, and we ain't even talking about it. We should be celebrating.
Will Packer produced the award show.
That should have been a powerful night for the Williams family. They were in attendance. That should have been.
And you should have seen their face while Will was talking. They was looking so confused, so hurt.
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson got an Oscar that night.
I saw that.
Overshadowed. All this is after the fact that I'm finding out.
I don't even know what he got an Oscar for. Was he given one or did he win one?
Like an achievement award.
Okay,
achievement.
Okay, so he didn't win it for a particular role?
No, I don't think so. No.
Oh, okay.
Dwayne, I don't know if I can answer this in 4 seconds. He's like, based on social media, many women believe that the only way for a man to defend his woman is through physical violence. Can you shed some light on why that is? I don't believe that. I don't think my husband have to defend me by putting his hands on somebody. He can defend me with his presence. I just don't believe no man gonna talk crazy to me while my man is standing there. My presence alone will defend and protect me.
A look. My 40 cal.
Oh my God. That's violence. No. I feel like words. I don't think you have to go to physical violence. And I don't feel if you think that your man has to put his hands on people for his point to be made, that means that your man don't have that much power. Because that means that the people that pull the trigger on people are justified.
Wow, that was deep.
If the only way I can handle this is by killing you or by shooting you, I don't have that much power.
That was deep.
So
that was deep. That was.
I just don't believe a man has to put his hands on to defend you. Now, if you coming in my space,
Cynthia.
Yeah, now you got it. Now.
Cynthia, Cynthia said, I believe he was defending himself, not Jada. Boom, boom, boom,
yeah.
boom.
Because he was tired.
Ooh, Cynthia.
You might got a point right there.
That's that JCC knowledge right there.
You might got a point right there.
Cynthia. You go to Jones?
Yeah, that's good.
I ain't never looked at that.
Yeah.
Like that.
Because I'm tired of the insults.
Yeah.
I'm tired of people attacking my marriage. I'm tired. Ooh, I ain't never thought about that.
That was Cynthia. Imagine if Will did this. After that happens, he goes up there.
When he gave his speech.
Won his award. Hey, giving God the honor, praise.
You want to use the mic?
Yeah, let me get the mic. I just won Oscar. Here's mine. Giving God the honor, praise. Thank you, everyone. To the Williams family. But let me say this. There was a joke that was said about my beautiful queen. Look at my baby right there. Look at my boo. Look at her. I love you, boo. There was a joke said. In all honesty, y'all, I don't believe it's funny. It hurts our family. It hurts me. It hurt my wife. And I really will appreciate for those who not to make this joke. I know everything is pretty much on living off, not off topic when it comes to comics, but could you please not do that? Not only does my wife suffer from this, there are millions of people who suffer from this disease. No, it's not life-threatening, but it hurts other people and it's hurtful. And I will appreciate it if someone, especially someone that I call a friend, a brother, Chris, I would appreciate you not doing that. And we're standing up for everyone that's suffering from this disease. Thank you. Do you know how powerful he would have looked? Do you know how many people would have stood up in a clap and praised that man? And do you know how small Chris might have felt at that moment if he used this up here and his words, Will, I'm speaking of, done that instead of walking up and slapped him? That would have been, he could have defended it that way.
I would say that, Melody, I don't even know about if the tear. He was so discombobulated during that speech. You could tell he was thinking 100 million things at one time. The speech wasn't even smooth. He was kind of jumping from topic to topic. I was like, bless his heart. His mind.
Who, Will?
Yes, his mind.
Yeah.
I was like, literally, his entire household needs to go to Africa. Like, that's where, like, all the famous people been going to recenter, recalibrate. Like, get.
He was embarrassed. He was hurt. He was.
I
think the reality of it hit home, and he realized how wrong he was.
Yeah.
You know, again, I said it, man. There's nothing funny about that. This situation that was sad to see. Yeah. We saw another black man. We saw a black man lose it in front of the world. Mm-hmm. The sick, sad part, he lost it on another brother. Yeah. And someone that appeared to be his friend. Mm-hmm. By all indications of the past and the pictures and everything you see, they seem to be friends or very friendly at the very least. Mm-hmm. And to lose it like that on someone that you're friendly with is sad.
And knowing that it wasn't coming from a malicious place, because before Chris said he was like, I love you. Jade, I love you. And then said it. Yeah. Yeah. So that definitely is what makes it hard to see, to experience. And you don't ever want to see somebody snap. No. Because
go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
And before we close, violence is never okay. And as a man, I get defending your woman. Mm-hmm. But I don't believe he was doing it at that moment. Cynthia said it best. I believe Will was defending himself, his pride, his hurt, everything he's dealing with. I believe he was defending that more than her. But there's a time and a place for any and everything. I just don't believe at that moment violence was necessary. At that moment, and don't get me wrong, words can make you go there. Because if a man walked up to any woman and he's with you with your wife, man, shut your BA up, you stupid B. A man gonna lose. That's to the extreme. That's very to the extreme and something that hardly ever happens. And I get it at that point, I really do. But in a situation like that, I just don't think it was warranted. And for every woman who agrees with Will and think it's warranted, again, be careful what you say. There's life and death in our tongue. Be careful what you say, because if your man is put in that situation and he has to put his hands on someone, be prepared for what comes with it. And that's one thing I teach my students, male students. When you do these right here and you reach out and touch somebody, they might not respond the way you did because you're willing to throw these. Nowadays, people are willing to do this. But since you did that, that's what comes with it. And be prepared for it. And if you're prepared to deal with the consequences, then go ahead. But you don't know, you can't tell another person how to respond just because you responded a certain way. They may respond in a totally different way. And again, lastly, I just don't believe that joke warranted that response.
And I would say that going to something I used to always tell my students is that they'll be like, I did it because I want to. You're absolutely right. We all have the ability to make the choices that we want to make. That's That's our privilege. You have the ability to choose your choice or make that choice, but you don't have control over the consequences. And that is for Chris Rock, that he chose to say the joke. Whoever wrote the joke, he made a choice and said it. You don't have control over the consequences. Same thing with Will. Same thing with all of us. Yes, you have choice, but you got to take responsibility. Whatever come with that was based off your choice. Based off your choice. And as you was talking, I don't even know if he was really defending anything. I truly believe Will is emotionally unbalanced right now. Within, he is internally, it's internal chaos going on.
Oh, no doubt.
And it just came out externally. It said if you want to know what somebody is experiencing within, look at their life externally. Or for you to look at your life externally, because you can put on a mask for everybody else. But if you keep finding yourself in this situation, like, God, no. It's a reflection of what's going on within. And I just think Will just
lost it.
He lost it.
He did.
He lost it.
He really did. And it was sad to see. It was.
When it comes to marriages, wives, go back to Proverbs 12:4 and ask yourself, are you shaming your husband in any way? Even if he don't know it. Are you shaming him in any way? And if you are, going forward, be conscious not to. Stop yourself. Because if you've been in a pattern of it, you may have to get to a point where oh, no, let me not do that. Ooh, let me not say that about him, even though he don't know I'm saying it. Right. So be mindful of that. Understand that you are a gift to him. He is favored because he has you.
Woo! Favored. God put favor on his life just because he got a wife. Now, God blesses you when you're single and he loves you.
But you got favor when you're married.
When you find a woman and get married, I'm going to put favor on you right now, though, dog.
Yeah.
You just took one of the gifts that I got and I put it in the world. You got one of them. Come on. I got something for you, dog.
Go look up what God's favor is. Every man on here that has a wife, go look up what God, type in what is God's favor. And see the protection that you have on your life because you have a woman. So not only does God put a lot on the husband as to his role, this, that, and the other, women, the power that we possess and what we bring to him, has a lot on us as well to show up as godly as we can, as godly as God has called us to be. Marriage is a powerful thing if we just know how to be in it and show up the best for each other. So regardless of what you hear about what society say about marriage, we say these things about marriage because we don't know what God's plan and purpose is. And many of us are not living according to what he said a wife should be and what a husband should be. And notice I'm not saying do. I'm saying be. That's your inner being, not externally. But you tuned into the Couples Lounge show. And so, like he said, we praying for everybody that is involved in that situation. I know I have prayed for everybody involved in that situation. Even the people that, all of us that saw it and all of us that's talking about it. That we all take something from it as couples, as individuals, that we learn something from this experience because we're in it for a reason. Absolutely. You saw it for a reason. Yeah. And for those of you that need support in your marriage and for engagements, even seriously dating or individuals, go to www.wewillwin.as. Let me see if I can find my little thing. .me. and you can book a free session, or you can sign up for the Power Couple group, or you can do it individually as a couple as well. And so we just prayerfully hope that everybody is trying to be and do their best. All right. You got any last word? Oh, you already did your last words. Oh, you got something else?
Nah, just thank you everybody for coming back. We haven't been here in 2 weeks.
Why we ain't been here in 2 weeks, baby?
Homecoming, and what is the other one? Married Chicks. Yeah, Married Chicks.
Y'all married chicks. When it comes to Texas, y'all better show out. As your mama say, don't you embarrass me in these streets. You better come, and women, y'all better show up. Y'all better show up, and y'all know how we do it in Texas. We do it big.
Yeah.
So
it was very, as a man, to see that many women in that hotel and that conference, it was so beautifully put together. The food was just out of this world. They had a DJ. It was set up. It was at the Doubletree. It was, oh my God.
How did you feel about your port? Y'all port as the King's Court. The men, our husbands spoke.
I did. I was blown away by some of the questions. That was deeper than I thought. I thought it was just gonna be some surface level questions, but they went kind of like, "Whoa, girl, you just act like, wow, hold on, let me think. So it was deep. It was deep. It was, and it was good to see, but it wasn't shocking to me. I expected a lot of women to show up. Women show up for empowerment movement, for improvement and things like that. If there was an all-man conference, 4 people would have been there.
No, you went to a man conference that was really good.
Yeah, that was
Tony Evans.
If you take away, I'm not, this sounds bad, take away religion, and it's not a religious conference, but it's just an empowerment of men. A lot of brothers, I don't think a lot of brother was come, but it was good. It was great. It was great.
And the reason that we wanted the men there is because as wives, we do have questions, and we talk to our men, and we want our men to tell us certain things, but that doesn't always happen. So we wanted the husbands there to provide some type of insight to what a man is thinking, or why a man is being and doing what he's doing.
All them vendors there. When I went downstairs and saw it, I was like, wow, y'all did this. Yeah. This wasn't no bootleg. This wasn't no, all right, we're just gonna be here. No, it was well thought out. It was well planned. It was well organized. You had the vendors, you had the food, you had the venue that was beautiful. The setup was beautiful.
I love the
y'all look. Oh man, I was like, wow, baby, wow. Me and Vernon both said, they did that. I'm like, yeah, they did. Damn. Okay. Because I didn't know. Yeah. But yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was really good.
I can't wait till y'all do it in Texas.
I can't either. And what was so good for me is that we had reached out. I met this guy in the Black. Okay. Give me 2 minutes. I met this guy in the Black Network for Podcasts. Asked him and his wife to be on the show. Didn't realize that they were in Baltimore. And they came on the show and everything. And to actually get to meet her in person was, I don't know, I just felt like, oh my God, like, I get to meet you in person. So that was so dope to be able to.
Last thing. Final Four, baby! Let's get it! Wow!
Thank you, Ronald.
I can't wait. It's going down. Bible clock, it's going down. Say, man, thank everybody for tuning in. If you have not hit the subscribe button, go to YouTube and hit the subscribe button. Go to YouTube and subscribe to the Couples Lounge page. Because every time we do it live on Facebook, it shows live on YouTube.
Or if you know somebody who I don't do Facebook, tell them to go to YouTube. They on YouTube, you can go to YouTube.
So if you have not hit the subscribe button, I'm Will Smith. No, that's okay. That was
oh my God.
I'm sorry, just a little humor.
Dwayne, my ex-wife didn't make me feel favorite. Y'all just had to do some work. Did y'all go to counseling, Dwayne? Did y'all put forth the effort to try to work and see what counseling should do is not only help y'all as a couple, it should help you as an individual. And when you're better as an individual, it just rub off on your marriage, and it just makes things better in your marriage when you.
And ladies, if you need some help dealing with your man and you're going through some things, book a session with my wife. She does individual sessions. So even if you're not, again, trying to get some couples counseling, you need counseling or coaching and helping to deal with whatever it is you're dealing with. This powerful woman right here, when I tell you she scares the hell out of me a lot. This woman has a relationship with God that reminds me of my mother. This woman right here is like, man, I hope she's talking to God right. I can't make her mad because if she's God, get him.
I would sick him on you.
Please don't.
But I do pray.
I know, God dog it.
Lord be sleep. I'm all on his back. I'm all everywhere on him. He be sleeping. I'm praying. He don't know what I'm doing, but I'm touching it all.
But Lord better not try to get my attention because of you. I'm gonna tell you.
He already trying to get his attention. That's okay, baby. That's okay. But yeah, you come to me. Yeah.
Hey, mama.
I'm gonna tell you this: when you come to
get out of here, girl.
when you come to us, a shift is gonna happen. When you come individually, a shift is going to happen. I always say this: if one person starts working on themselves, the other person, you better get on that train real quick. You don't need to go with them, but you need to be doing something to shift with them. Because when couples don't shift together, somebody is going to outgrow the other person. Yeah, it's gonna cause a shift one way or another in your relationship.
That's my mama, y'all. Elaine Stevens. That's my grandmama. That picture is my grandmama. That's Big Mama. Big Mama. All right, we gotta get up out of here. It's Saturday.
All right, y'all. I'm going to give me a massage. I didn't get to get one for my birthday month, and I'm like, I'm gonna do this. So I get to go today. No, your massages be 5 minutes. And you don't be into them right. You don't be.
I do.
No, you don't.
I do. I be distracted.
Yeah,
you gotta get. If a woman is supposed to get a naked massage from my husband, you're supposed to be naked, and it shouldn't last no more than 45 seconds.
I'm finna go get me a massage.
No more than maybe a minute.
Because he don't want to do right.
I do. I don't even want to do right.
Y'all, thank y'all for tuning in.
That's how it's supposed to be.
I want to make this announcement so y'all can start preparing. May 7th, when we do the next live show at Smokey D's, we need a full house because we're going to bring cameras in. And just because we don't like how the cameras just be on us. So we want to do like snaps of the audience as well.
We'll keep reminding them.
But we want it to be packed. Plus, we get to support Smokey.
Hold on, let me say this real quick while Mama on her. Lord, Mama, I sent you that the joke. I didn't know. Somebody sent me something. It was like Will Smith and Jada talking. They reworded it. I didn't know what it was. It seemed fun. I got about 3-4 people. So I sent it to my mama. So boom. I watched it. Oh, Lord. I sent that to Mama. Lord Jesus. Oh, my God. Mama, I'm sorry. It was funny. But I was like, I didn't mean to sing that to you. I didn't know what it was. Let me start listening first. That was almost inappropriate. It was like, what the world did I just send to my mama? Lord, I sent that to Mama. Lord, it was horrible. It was funny, but I didn't mean to send that to you. I'm going to start listening next time, Mama. I didn't know. I really didn't know. I was so embarrassed. I was.
That's your child, Mama. That's your child.
Hey, boy, you got to start watching what you send to people. I was like, it had to be funny.
I said the same thing.
Like, yeah, that was bad. That wasn't good. That wasn't good at all. Yeah, we got to get up out of here, y'all.
All right, y'all. Bye-bye. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Yeah, Mama, it's gone for good. I think it's gone for good. The goatee is here to stay now. It's here to stay. I think it's gone for good. The bird gone for good. think I'm gonna kill the bird. R.I.P. Beard. For a long time at least. Go over. Yeah. We're gonna get shaped up in a few minutes. Well, later on today. All right.
All right. We love y'all.
Final four.
See y'all next week.
Villanova, Duke.
We be all over the place.
Duke winning it all. You heard it here first. Don't put money on it though. Don't bet on that. But
don't you bet on it. You done probably already betted on it.
But
you already.
I ain't put no book. What? She done started that shit. We ain't gonna say we gotta get out of it. We gotta get up out of it. We ain't gonna tell them that. Just get up out of here.